And what we can do is we can go ahead and select the faces. So we can use shift to select multiple at the same time. So this last row is always going to be selected. So we're just going to use shift select. So I guess we selected the vertices. Whoops, I shouldn't have rotated them. So I can go ahead and shift select. So select all of these. So this is going to be done. So I hope I'm not selecting anything on the side. So just head into perspective and just check to make sure that I'm only selecting stuff over here. So of course we'll need to fix this. So I can hit control and I can drag over here to deselect these. So I can go ahead and deselect these. Alright, now over here I can go ahead and drag this. So let's head back into the top view. That's probably way more convenient. Select this whole row. Select this entire section. You can skip this again if you understood how we are actually approaching this. So you can hold shift and drag and you can select each one of these faces. At the end we'll just make sure that we haven't selected anything at the sides. Otherwise the extrusion is going to come wrong. Alright, this seems correct. Alright, so supposedly I'm done with selecting the faces. So now I can go ahead and extrude it. So I'm going to do it to about. So let me go ahead and see the reference over here. So where's my character? So just a little bit more than the character height. So maybe about there. So this much should be sufficient. So as you can see, we got the whole Pacman map. So now if we go ahead and accept this edit, so as you see, we have a very clean looking map. Of course, we are going to have our own material. We can do a little more customization. So we can see if we can reuse anything over here. So let's find our character first of all. So if I head in here, so head back into selection mode. Now as you can see, we have our character. And now if I hit end on my keyboard, he is going to drop down. And this seems about right. So only one player can fit. So we can make him a little bit fatter for the actual purposes of the game. So that should be fine. So, oops. Now if I just head in here, so this seems about right. One thing that is kind of optional, if you don't want to do this, you can skip this part. But one thing is there are the edges over here which are actually curved. So if you notice, it's not actually smooth, it's like curved. So what we can do is these corners, we can actually bevel them. So these are the modeling tools that we are going to be using. So head back into the modeling section, select this, Head back into model, polygroup edit. So we should have bevel somewhere over here. So now if I just select this edge, alright. So I'll just show you a demo. We'll undo this. So if I hit bevel, and if I increase the bevel distance over here, so to something that matches this, so of course our whole texture is going to be ruined, of course. So let's say we go for 15, and subdivisions we can add something like 5. So as you see, we are going to get a really smooth wall over there. One other thing you can do is you can select these two, let's say, and now if we go ahead and hit bevel, it's going to bevel both of these faces. So since our settings are going to be saved, we'll probably have to do it only once. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright guys, so I guess we are done modeling with the level. Now we can start making the characters, we can start writing the game logic and do stuff like that. But before we get to that, I want you guys to just take a look at the wireframe mode of this mesh. So if you just head into wireframe over here, you'd notice that the mesh itself is quite simple. So there are tries, but it's still not quite complicated. Unreal can handle it pretty easily. Any modern GPU should be able to run this. But if you notice at the beveled edges, those are actually the ones which are the most dense. So that is just one thing to keep in mind. before we head into actually playing the game. As I told you guys previously, beveling the edges is probably completely optional, so if you don't want it, you can completely avoid it.